Okay, as usual, let's start with, you know what, actually, let's start with SPX. This is what I was talking about last week, how this hedge pattern could happen. And generally, I want to show something else too. I think I have talked about this before. This is 15. So something like this might happen is what I'm expecting right now. So this is what has happened. I mean, right now the retracement hasn't been as big as what we are seeing here in 2015, but let's see what the retracement was. I think this exceeded the 61% retracement. Yeah, it went almost to the top. So but this time, right now, it came to 61% retracement. There is a good possibility, if there is a bounce, which I'm expecting it would be, if this is a cyclical correction, then we will probably see much similar to this, where it will come down, undercut the lows of January, and then we'll probably have a bottom. That's the best case scenario, what I'm looking for. That's what I mean here by H pattern. So these are the lows. We are still halfway. Actually, it came to that 61% retracement today. And this is common. I mean, when the market goes down two days in a row with big candles, you will see something like this, which is, let's see, even here, you had a very big candle and you had this is more or less a doji. So you are not getting a lot of buyers, but this is probably a little bit of short covering, and we might find a candle like this again, or probably a bigger one. Let's see how big this one is. For 4402 to, that's 120 points, right? So yeah, this is still bigger. So anyway, I'm expecting something like this, and probably undercut these lows. When you undercut these lows, you will get some more people, those will be bearish going into shorts, and market will probably turn around at that time. So that would be a bear trap. That's exactly what happened in 2015, the one that we were just looking at. And what we also see here in NASDAQ composite, I think I posted this today. That's well, it doesn't look like a perfect head and shoulders, but yeah, this is how this is a shoulder, this is a shoulder, and that's a head. And most of them look the same. Even ES looks the same. You have a shoulder here, head here, and a shoulder. So I am expecting that right now that it will probably go down to this 42.12 and probably bounce. If that does not happen, and if it breaks these lows, then if the head and shoulders pattern work, head and shoulder patterns seem, I mean, when the neckline breaks is when we would figure out that the head and shoulders pattern is working. But if it bounces, this pattern is not working anymore. If it works, then yes, we could go all the way down to 3,700. And this one, how did I come up with this one? The distance from here to here is same as here to here. That's the measured move. That's the end of your, that would be the end of your head and shoulders pattern. And also we have support here, which actually makes more sense for 32, 37.20. So this is what could end up happening if this head and shoulders patterns work. But if it comes down and if it bounces, we will know. I mean, we are watching market every day. So any questions on that? All right. So NDX is probably one of the weakest right now. It came to the 200-day, it came down, and it's already below the 61% retracement. Actually, hold on. I didn't check this one. Yeah, this is a very small one anyway. Yeah, it is already below its 61% retracement. So there is a higher probability that this is gonna move much lower than bouncing here. We will see. We will see how it works. I mean, NDX has to be really should have the relative strength for this one not to break this lows. So which right now it doesn't show that way. This is another one I want to talk about. This is the 10-year treasuries or the yield. So these are the FIPS for for a longer period of time. So that's almost 2018 to now. So the 61%, which is 21.59, is the next big price level, or the yield level. And also we do have a little bit of resistance there. So I mean, it could probably go all the way there and move back. These can all happen together, while S&P tests those lows, this goes all the way here. And if it backs off, market could start moving higher. And we still don't know what's happening with this Russia thing, right? Crude oil still looks, this one still looks like it's gonna go to 100 or more. It doesn't look like it's gonna stop. Well, we have that 107 level. So what is that? 114, 107 to 114. That would be the band. Obviously, we have many levels right here. So somewhere in between. And as I said before, right? I mean, when you have a move like this, when it moves into an area. So what I mean by that is this area does not have a lot of volume, right? While it's coming down. So because this does not have a lot of volume during this move can happen really fast. And it has been happening really fast. And Wix. Yeah. See, I mean, every time VIX is making a higher low, made a higher low. I mean, when the market was strong, it used to be the other way around. It used to make lower lows. Now it's making higher low on a regular basis. It is not always able to make a higher high, but if it is making higher lows, there is a possibility that we might see a much bigger move when that bear trap happens. We'll probably see this go all the way to that 44 or whatever the price. Yeah, that seems to be the highest since, what is that? That's, I wanted to see 2018. Yeah, that went all the way to, this is 2018. We are already there. So 2018 correction, that's around 50. So I mean, these levels are always important because especially in charts, we see history repeat all the time. So as long as and when the reversal happens, we'll probably see VIX break this below this 20 level next time. Let me put on an alert. Let's look at Russell now. Yeah, Russell is, I don't know if you guys, I was talking about this level when it tested this and started to move higher. I was about to go bullish getting into this range, but it barely went there and started moving lower. So let me get rid of this one. So that has been our, sideways move for 8-9 months. Actually, now it's to January, yeah, almost 12 months. So there is a lot of supply right there. And this will probably move much lower, or if it does not and starts to move higher, if this has relative strength, we might see some move in small caps. Generally, mid caps is where most of the hedge funds would want to be in, because they will have the biggest moves when in the start of a bull market. So this is something that I would also watch carefully. I'm not going to buy this, but this tells you which ones are doing better, mid caps or small caps or large caps. Anyway, for any of this to happen, we should see, well, I'm going to go through each one of them, but these mega caps have to, Facebook is, I don't think there can be weakness in Facebook, but I don't think there are a lot of sellers anymore. Sellers might have already been exhausted in this one, but we should see some weakness for Apple. Still looks good. This might be, the best one among, excuse me. This might be the best one among the mega cap right now. Because, there is weakness in every other mega cap except Apple right now. Yeah, I'm still short this one. $3,732 to, what was that? Yeah, that's a 200 something move lower. And as I said, when you have such a big move and market, or especially mega caps, when they open lower, you will see a little bit of short covering. And I'm sure a lot of people were expecting a big move lower when the market opened. With all the Russian news on Friday, I'm sure a lot of traders are piled into the energy stocks and probably short many of these mega cap companies. And when it did not work out, or when the futures did not open lower, a lot of them covered this. That's how I see it. Netflix is still, I think it's, most most of the big sellers might have been exhausted here too, just like Facebook. Google has lost most of, actually much more than that, but that's real big weakness for Google. And what happens when the market turns around is, this is going to take some time, make that rounded bottom and starts moving higher. We'll see. But right now, Google is very weak. As I said, only stock that looks really good is Apple. Tesla is still in this range. I was expecting it to break today, but market didn't do anything. So yeah, if this breaks, that's your very long-term trend. So if this breaks, well, technically, if this breaks, this could come all the way down to 546. It looks so far away, but technically, yeah, that could happen. This 800 level is where it broke out. So that's an important level. If that's broken, yeah, it could come all the way to 550. Again, for that to happen, the head and shoulders pattern should work. So Microsoft still looks okay. It's working on this 200-day moving average, but still Apple is number one. I would say Microsoft is probably number two, and Google probably number three, in terms of the strength. And Facebook, Netflix, they're not tradable right now. Amazon, I would say, and fourth probably. So, well, that's all I have today. I mean, the few things that I've seen today is that, yeah, the few things that I've seen is today, retail was really weak. As Anand said, Target, this one, I don't know why I don't have a alert set for this one, but yeah, breaking the 210, and also this trend line, this one makes a lot of sense to go short, and we could probably get a move. But we do have earnings before then. 193, 194. And SC was really, I don't know, maybe maybe today SC had a huge volume. I think that 120 is still possible. But I mean, right now, what's happening is if you are not taking profits, they are turning around and you're losing profits. That's why it's like, the day trades are probably the best one in this market because of all the whips that's happening because of the news. In any news driven market, what happens is when the market moves, when the news is positive, everything will move up. It doesn't matter whether it's a good stock or a bad stock, and that's what is making it so tough right now. So but the best thing is to take profits whenever you can. That's what I'm trying to. I actually tried to sell a little bit of Target when it was hitting the lows today for around $9.20. That was my trade, but it never happened. Walmart, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, but see, the difference between this chart and Target is that it is, this very low volatility. This helps you when if Target goes back to the 210 or even test this trend line, you will get these guys because of the low volatility. This makes much better chart. But Walmart is, look at how Walmart is. I know the amount may not be big, but that's not a very good chart. I mean, this could happen again. So yes, choppy. Yep. Well, sloppy is what everybody would say. This is more sloppy. Sloppy is not very good when you have an exact place to go short. So I mean, you don't want to see something like this if you're going short. Look at that. How many times? 1, 2, 3. So, but I mean, Target definitely looks so much better because it's so tight. Actually, I got a alert with Costco. We tested 20-day, I think, today. Yeah. but this one still looks so much better than Walmart and Target. And these agricultural names, they came down today, Mosaic and CF. I mean, this chart still looks okay. But again, the only reason I would think that these came down is because of the news, you know, and all the energy stocks went down. We might get a good, you know, bounce or good retracement, and then we could probably get into energy again. I was looking at APA. This could be a short. So you have all this, you know, sideways consolidation, and if it breaks that level, if it breaks this level, it's going to come all the way down to the 28 level. So I thought I had a alert here. Do you guys have any tickers that you want me to? I mean, that's all I have right now. These, oh, by the way, these stocks, the worst today were, look at that. Those are the worst from open, you know, mRNA, Novavax. I guess nobody needs these anymore, I guess. BNTX, the days for them are gone. And we have seen that XBI is probably one of the worst ETFs right now. IBB too. So guys, let me know what any charts if you want me to look at or any questions. Here you go. You got a few. SPLK. Well, I mean, there's not much to do with SPLK right now. You know, I don't know if that Cisco bid is gonna give any kind of push to this one. I mean, if there was no news, this one would be this chart pattern is pretty good, but because of the news, I would probably ignore it. Shopify, yeah, this is really weak. I'm not sure why it is so weak. Again, you know, it is weak. That's a fact. 216. So in a couple of days. So it's day before tomorrow. Sorry, day after tomorrow. In the morning we have the results for this one. So we'll see how they do. But relative strength looks like, you know, it's getting better, and it got hammered a lot. Yeah. Let's look at BKNG. Did they give out their earnings yet? No, not yet. So right now that's a double top for now. So we'll know by earnings what happens to that. Roku looks horrible. I mean, see, this is this is one way to tell if this is a short or not. So when there is no strength in a particular stock, it goes sideways. While the market goes higher, this goes sideways. And, you know, this is kind of a ledge, okay? And if this channel is broken, we'll probably see, I mean, the same thing we see here, right? Move sideways for a while and then a move lower. This is what, these are the weakest stocks in the market right now. I've seen something like this in a lot of them. I think SE had one of those, I think, right here. I am watching these stocks, but again, Again, going back to Roku. Yeah. If this breaks, look at how big the move was. So let's see. Well, that's a big move. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but I mean, we had a lot of lower legs for this one. So, oh, I hope not. 55. Wow. Look at that. That thing goes exactly to this level. So who knows? Yeah, it could come all the way down to that pandemic lows. It's not very far right now. Asana exhibited. Yeah, I have seen that. So I don't know if you guys are following, but the CEO bought almost $1 billion worth of stock recently, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, that should give a lot of confidence. So yes, I mean, I'm watching Asana too, and especially when the insiders buy that kind of stock, that kind of huge amount of stock, that's crazy. I mean, he should know something great is happening. So yeah. Any other tickers or any other questions regarding, ES or indices or anything? Oh yeah, by the way, gold. I wanted to get into gold today, but I wasn't entirely sure. But see, that's a very big cup and it's a handle. So how many years is that? 2012. That's almost 10 years of making. So I'm sure a lot of people are watching the same thing. And when it breaks out, if it breaks out, monthly. I think monthly would be more smoother. So yeah, look at that. It looks perfect, So if it breaks out, probably above this level, which is 9, we should have, let's go with GC. Yeah, if it breaks that 1900 level, 1923, yeah, we could have a big rally. But I mean, if that happens, market will be in a very, very bad shape. So let's see what happens. Well, I'm trying to think whatever I can, but yeah, let me know if you want me to look at anything else. Yeah, I mentioned Lucid did good this morning. So I don't know why Lucid was doing better than everything else in the market. I was watching it. I had for any reversal to go to buy some puts for Lucid, but it was strong all day. It could also be because of somebody bought a big stake in Rivian on Friday. I think I've seen the news. So yeah, but LCID was the best performing in NASDAQ today from open, that is. Let me see how it was in my, yeah. Asana was number 1, Lucid was number 2. Yeah, this one I was watching today and this one looks good too, but there's just a lot of supply.
AP, I have a question.
Yep.
You want to stop recording?
Are you guys done? All right.